and thank you all very much for being here today. I am honoured to be an ambassador for Future Dreams for many reasons, after learning about the wonderful work that they do. Also, being a mum, being a woman and being the mum of a daughter, reading the statistics is quite terrifying. So it's very important and it's great that you're here.
But I see your true colours shining through. I see
With over 3 million women battling breast cancer today, everywhere you turn, there is a mother, daughter, sister or friend who has been affected by breast cancer.
I'm Karen Ackerman. I'm a 42-year-old mother of 3.
My name's Amanda Starr. I'm 43 years old. I'm a mum of twin boys.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer in October 2012.
September 2013, I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
3 words to describe how I felt when I was diagnosed.
Shocked,
Scared.
And disbelief.
In November 2012, I had my yearly mammogram, which came back clear, but there was something that was not right, and I pursued it and followed it, which ended up me being diagnosed with breast cancer in 2013.
I believe I almost diagnosed myself because I had been aware for so long of the risks, and maybe I just continued to check. And what brought me to diagnosis was literally a pain in my arm, and I was so blindingly tired that I took myself to a breast surgeon.
I was feeling for lumps, and the whole time I'm feeling, there was this tumour there, and I had no idea. And that actually is quite scary, because I was someone that did examine myself.
Obviously so scared, but I felt such guilt for my family because of how it was going to affect them, my children especially, my husband, my parents. And I didn't know at that time what was going to be my outcome, and I think I was just incredibly scared and guilty, but I knew I had to be strong for everybody around me.
The treatment for the disease is almost as bad as the disease itself. You know, it knocks your body out, it knocks you out mentally, physically, you lose your hair, you know, everything just changes, and it's very stressful, obviously, and difficult, and very difficult to do without a lot of support around you.
Now I'm on the treatment, having chemotherapy, which is gonna last approximately 6 to 7 months, then radio for another 5 weeks, and then hormone treatment for 5 to 10 years. So it's a long, long road.
I remember when I got my diagnosis from the doctor and they told me it was cancerous, one of the first things I said to the nurse was, how am I going to tell my children?
I can't actually digest myself that I have breast cancer. How do I actually tell my children I have breast cancer? You know, this morning we had the normal shouting in the car, dropping off to school, running here, running there. How do I sit them down tonight and tell them that everything's changed?
And we sat down with the 3 children and we told them what happened, and we said, we didn't really want to talk about cancer at that stage, but we said to them, Mummy's got a lump and the doctors say it's going to be fine and they're going to get rid of it. And I remember my son asked me then, he said, is it cancer?
They were watching television and I went in and it was just me and them, and I said,
We're beginning to understand what causes breast cancer. We're finding ways to diagnose it earlier. We've developed innovative new treatments. But women are still getting breast cancer, and women are still dying from it, and their families left to face a future without them.
Of course, what Future Dreams are doing is realising what Sylvia and Danielle set out to do. They're researching the secondary breast cancer.
Sadly, we have to accept that for some women they do develop secondary breast cancers, and we need much better treatments for tackling that.
The emphasis that Future Dreams has in terms of funding secondary breast cancer, in my view, is critically important. If we understand how breast cancer cells can spread, and we can then influence that process, we can improve the survival of patients with advanced breast cancer. And with the funding that Future Dreams provides, that's a huge boost to doctors like me who are caring for those patients.
There are many calls upon people's pockets, and Breakthrough understands that, of course. What we also understand is that our mission is really urgent, and our scientists tell us that there's more that they could do if we had more funding.
Cancer does not discriminate. It doesn't matter where we live, how we live, what age we are. I've actually seen a 14-year-old with breast cancer.
We must protect future generations and strive to make a difference. Together, we are fighting for a future free from breast cancer.
Breast cancer is not yesterday's problem, and the work of Future Dreams has never been more needed.
Light up, as if you have.
The Haven is so special because you're welcomed with open arms. You can completely be yourself. Nobody here judges you. Everyone understands, and everyone's here to support you.
The type of support that the Haven offers, whether it be emotional, spiritual, holistic, truly complementary, is key in the road to recovery.
There are things that you can't necessarily talk to your family and friends about, and being able to go to somewhere like the Haven, it means someone's there to hold your hand and take you through this awful journey.
Future Dreams are absolutely vital to this project. It's a new project, it's very, very exciting. The Haven could not do it on their own.
In terms of the impact of Future Dreams House on me personally, I'm thrilled that the patients I look after, both in central London, potentially in southeast London, are now going to have access to the sort of care that the Haven's been providing in West London for many years.
So many women going through this, so many families going through this. And London is such a big city.
People normally travel up to an hour to reach us. And if you live in other parts of London, it's too difficult if you're feeling ill. So to have a second Haven somewhere in London, preferably in the centre, in the north and the east, capturing all those people who really need our help, it's really important.
There's a lot of women that need the help of the Haven, and for Future Dreams to be able to back that and have another Haven here in London would be absolutely amazing.
It can't happen without your support, and we're grateful for your generosity.
However strong you are, because I've always been a strong, independent person, nothing could have prepared me for this.
Once you've experienced something like breast cancer, the fear of it coming back never goes away. I would imagine that will be with me the rest of my life.
I'm trying not to worry about the future, but every day it's a worry.
My worst fears now are the unknown.
We have no crystal ball. We don't know if it's going to return again. And I think now, as cliche as it might sound, we're living for now.
Breast cancer is the most common cancer in the UK. 1 in 8 women will face it. 500,000 people are living with it, and yet despite significant advances in treatment and care, we still can't stop breast cancer taking the women we love.
You live by hope, that's what you end up living by. So my hope now is that I see my children grow up, and I have to.